people can give us their names just before they speak, that would be real helpful.
That's fine.
Okay.
Sure. My name is Jason Pappas. I'm the Executive Vice President of the Capital City Lodge Number 9 FOP. We're here today to show support. Next Saturday, we're having a rally. The We Are Ohio group is having a rally next Saturday from, and I believe it's 10 to 1, 11 to 1. I hope you can edit this out. Whenever, noon to 5, there you go, noon to 5, and we're here just to give a little preview. We're having little get-togethers all around the state to build momentum and support. I hope we get hundreds and hundreds of riders to come out to join us for our cause, and that is to repeal Senate Bill 5.
Is there something that we understand it that the policemen are rallying against Senate Bill 5, or firemen, or garbage collectors? We understand that, but why bike or why motorcycle riders? Do they have something at stake here in particular?
Well, I think it's just a unique way to show that everybody, firefighters, police officers, the garbage workers, as you said, everybody, we have all common interests, and we're just trying to capitalize on those interests. Make it a fun way for people to get out and enjoy the day while doing something that's not enjoyable. I think that's kind of what we're focused on.
To do something that's what?
Enjoyable. We're trying to get people out to do something enjoyable because of what we're doing is not. You know, the fact that we have to fight to keep our rights as workers and protect the middle class is, you know, it's an unfortunate situation that we're in. And it's always difficult to get people, especially in the summertime when there's so much going on, to be together and to host an event that we can get many people to. So we're hoping that an event like this that's a little more family-oriented from time to time, you can bring your kids out, put them on the back of the bike, and very, very beautiful bikes like the one over here. And people can come out and check out some of the things that we have. Not just police, not just fire, but all people from across Ohio are welcome to participate in this event.
Do you know where you're at in terms of the petitions? You need 231,000, and you know where you're at?
The last I heard, we were over 300,000. I'm getting the numbers. Look, this bill's bad. Getting the numbers to reject it, or at least to get it to the polls, is not going to be an issue. People understand what it is and what its impacts will be. So we're just waiting for the final numbers to come in. We have plenty of time, plenty of people, and I believe we've had about 10,000 volunteers step to the plate to repeal this bad bill, and we're well on our way.
How hard or easy has it been when you thrust a petition in front of somebody? How hard has it been or easy it's been to get them to sign it?
Yeah, actually, again, I think the citizens of Ohio know that this is bad for Ohio, and at this point, it's been fairly easy. We've done several events where we just set up a table or a booth. We have people actually doing drive-through signings. They'll set up a sign, stand next to a car, and the masses just drive through and sign the petition. It's pretty remarkable, actually, how much support we have to defeat this bill.
So there's this other group that's formed to promote Senate Bill 5, kind of the proponent group.
I heard that this week.
And the gist of their argument, I think, is going to be that public workers are getting higher pay than private workers, are getting pensions which private workers don't get anymore. They're having more of their health care coverage covered, which private employees don't get. They're getting increases in pay, which private employees aren't getting. How do you respond to that side of that argument?
Well, I think most of the information they have is faulty. If you take every, I guess first of all, I'd love to see their comparisons. If you're going to compare a police officer or a firefighter who goes through hundreds of hours of training and months of academy work, and compare that to someone who is flipping burgers at McDonald's, I don't know that's a fair comparison, and I think that's what they're doing. I can only speak for the profession that I'm in. We don't really have a comparable, so I'm not sure how that works, but I will tell you that from all around Ohio, day after day in the paper and contract after contract, you're seeing concessions, you're seeing members who are laid off, you're seeing members pay more and more for their insurance and getting less for it. So I think that those assertions are just flat out false.
Anybody else going to say something?
My name is Jerry Cupp. I've been a police officer since 1980. I think the Republicans in the State House that passed this bill should be ashamed of themselves by putting the debt of the state on the public workers. That couldn't be further from the truth. There's actually people that are probably more directly responsible in the mortgage and the Wall Street fraud that took place. That's how the investments fell. We all lost our investments. I'm not going to go into all those details. I mean, we can debate that ends on end. You know, there are concessions being made left and right across the state if you just read the paper. The teachers, everybody's stepping up. They're paying more into their insurance, paying more into their pensions. The pensions are sound right now. They still trying to fiddle with that. I wish they would just let the pension board do their thing and fix those pensions, but those things are sound. But what is unfortunate is there's a battle, and this state is very divided right now because of Senate Bill 5. Nothing good's going to come out of this. You've got all the public workers, our friends and our family, all lined up on our side against a few Republicans and some of the brainwashed people that actually think this state's economy is our fault. That couldn't be further from the truth. So I think we'll have the police officers and firefighters, hopefully, be the tip of the spear that kills Senate Bill 5. But we're going to have thousands of people behind us on that spear. We don't look forward to this fight. We did not start this fight, trust me. But police officers and firefighters, that's what we do. So we're going to be out there in the front lines fighting. It's not a fight we started. You know, remember who started this fight. We didn't do it.
When you say you're going to be the tip of the spear, you mean that probably in the advertising on your side of the issue, the TV ads and so forth, you're going to have firefighters and police people prominent because...
Oh, I hope so. I hope we're prominent in it. We ought to be. I mean, this is a personal attack on us, on our family, and it's a personal attack on our way of life. We're used to fighting for our lives, but now you've thrown our families in it. So it's our family's way of life that's being attacked.
The Tea Party folks are on the other side of this issue compared to you.
Right.
You guys consider yourself solid middle-class guys. The Tea Party people see themselves as not as rich or as poor, but as middle-class people. How can it be that two groups from the same basic economic group are on totally opposite sides on this?
Well, before March, I was a card-carrying Republican, and I was also in the Tea Party. I'm neither one of those right now, so I distance myself from all those people. If they're not with me in this fight, then they're against me. They're on the other side of the sand. There's a line been drawn, and Senate Bill 5 is that line.
You said you used to be a Republican and a Tea Party guy?
Right. No longer. Just because of their views on this bill alone. You know, it's a deal breaker for us. I think everybody I work with, I don't know how many will be real vocal about it, but for police officers, and I've got a lot of firefighter friends, SB5 is a deal breaker. It's a game changer, and a lot of us won't find our way back to that party that's supporting this.
Does that mean that in the last election you voted for Kasich for governor?
Oh, sure I voted for him. You know, I've got a bumper sticker that I made up myself. I voted for John Kasich, so that does make me an idiot.
Oh, okay.
Because
relative, okay.
That guy's a friend of mine, and if you look at the video, he didn't do anything wrong during that traffic stop.
The guy who dealt with Kasich.
The freeway officer.
Yeah. But back on your support as a Republican and a Kasich supporter back then, what was going through your mind when you voted for him? You didn't see this kind of thing coming?
Well, I thought we were going to clean up a lot of fraud that might be going on in the state. Maybe some of these outlandish contracts that are being offered, we clean those up, we pare them down, we take a scalpel to some things out there, but what he's done is take a sledgehammer approach, and he's pounding us all right to the ground, right under that bus. And you know, we're going to have to stand up and fight, unfortunately. So I know people are upset because we're spending our time, our money, and our effort to repeal this, but that's what we're going to have to do. You know, like I said, we did not start this fight, and for them to portray, the media, to portray it as a Democrat or a union-led opposition, that's flat out wrong. there's a lot of middle-class people that used to consider themselves conservative Republicans that are on our side in this fight.
When you voted for Kasich, you didn't see, you didn't think he was going to do anything anti-union, or it didn't come?
Honestly, it came out of the blue to me. In fact, my personal state senator, Kevin Bacon, sat in front of a political screening committee with the FOP and pointedly stated that he backed police officers and their right to collective bargaining. He would be for that. And he flat out Pearl Harbored us. He lied, and it was a sneak attack on us. And, you know, I'll stand by that. Look it up. We have a political screening committee that actually said he would stand up for our rights to collective bargain. You know, we haven't been able to strike since, I believe, the 70s or 80s. It's never been on the board. And I don't believe in, you know, safety forces striking. Nobody does.
Can you refresh our memory? Did the FOP advise its members in 2010 to vote for Strickland or Kasich?
That was very heated. To get their actual numbers, you'll have to get it from them. I believe the state endorsed one candidate, our local lodge endorsed the other, and there was friction there. And I don't know how they worked that out.
Well, who did your local lodge?
I'm not sure. I believe the state lodge endorsed Strickland, and I think we might have voted for the other guy, but I don't know that for a fact, so don't quote me on that. But I know personally I voted for Kasich.
And you knew a lot of other policemen and police women who voted for Kasich?
I knew a lot. A lot of my co-workers. Not all of them. You know, we're split somewhat 50-50, I think, if you went through the ranks of their party affiliation. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of independents amongst our ranks too, because they don't, you know, align themselves with any party. And I think I'm more of an independent, or probably more Democrat right now than anything.
You said it's Jerry?
Jerry, with a J.
J-E-R-R-Y?
Yeah.
How do you spell your last name?
C-U-P-P, two P's.
Are you Columbus Police Department?
If you're asking me, yes, I am. I'm not representing them, and I don't represent the FOP. I just represent myself. But I think I have a few thousand people that feel the same way I do.
Thanks so much.